Hey guys, welcome to another Creation Station video. Today I'm going to talk about the Psycroptic and cattle decapitation gig that I got along to a couple of weeks ago. Hey guys, welcome back. So a couple of weeks ago I got along to the basement here in Canberra, check out cattle decapitation being supported by Psycroptic. So you can probably tell by my t-shirt that I was really there for Psycroptic. They're an Aussie band, they hail from Tasmania. I've been into them a couple of years and I've never seen them live, so it was awesome to get along and check the boys out live. They're just an amazing band. If you're not familiar with Psycroptic, I thoroughly recommend checking it out if you like, well, really any kind of metal. And if you're watching this channel, you're probably into guitar, no doubt. Holy shit, Joe Haley is an amazing player. Definitely worth checking out. Recommended him a friend of mine recently, and he's sort of digging it. Even though he's not into death metal, he doesn't really dig the screaming style it's this band uses. But it's worth it, even if you don't. You know, a lot of people may not be into that kind of vocal delivery, but nevertheless, it's worth checking out, even if just for the guitar playing. And the drumming similarly is awesome. Joe's brother Dave Haley is the drummer in this band. I think there's something about drummers, isn't there? Or about brothers in bands. I mean, you've got Sepultura, similar sort of setup. Guitar, drums with Max and Igor. I'm trying to think, there's probably some other notable examples of brothers. Well, the Abbott brothers, hey, how about that? Pantera, Dime and Vinny. It's kind of a cool thing. But anyway, yeah, they go hard. They're an awesome band. Joe's technique is really interesting. He uses often a hybrid technique, so picking and then also throwing in some finger picking, and not in a clean picking sense, but just to increase speed and to get some string skipping going on. Has a really fluid legato style. The speed is ridiculous. He doesn't play lead at all in that band. It's all riffs, but the riffs are freaking insane. They might as well be leads. Just so fluid, dynamic, really amazing. And to get up close in a small venue like that, to be right up the front and be able to witness that up close and how tight and precise that band are is just amazing. It was so cool. Yeah, so really good night. Watching Dave play drums too, similarly, it's amazing to watch someone at that level play and see, it appears so effortless. And talk about it in other lesson videos in the future, but it's that idea that you get something down so well and you become so precise at it that it almost does become effortless. You've reduced it to the most economical way of playing something. It's kind of a concept with playing guitar, the minimal amount of effort. So everything you play, you should be trying to play with the minimal amount of effort. Dynamics and aggression and emotion aside, but in your general playing, that's what you're aiming for. And when you see someone like that playing, to watch Dave Haley like blast beats on the drums and watching his hand with the snare hits, there's hardly any movement there, and you could just see the control and the precision there. It's just an awesome thing to behold. So that was an awesome gig. And at the end of the gig also picked up some gear from the merch stand. Obviously got the t-shirt, but also picked up this, being their latest CD. I do most of my listening on Google Play, so CDs are a thing of somewhat on the way out, I suppose. But I do like collecting the cool ones, and this being a digipack, and it's a limited edition sort of tour version, or alternate release, I guess. It's a alternate cover, really just a close-up of part of the cover. But I don't know if you can see it in the camera. It's a really nice digipack with some nice gold embossing, fold out, really nice package. So I was happy to pick that up as well. It's yeah, super cool, and it's got a DVD with some great live tracks and whatnot on it. And also picked up the CD of one of the other support acts. I think these guys are local, or at least Aussie, Inhuman Remnants. I haven't checked them out yet. I've picked up the CD. I still haven't had time to give it a listen, mainly because I rarely have sitting somewhere that has a CD player. The laptop I ripped the CD out of, even to put in an SSD into the laptop. So opportunities to use CDs are more and more limited, and I haven't got around to throwing it on the PlayStation to have a listen, but I'll do that soon. And then the main act was Cattle Decapitation. Yeah, very cool band. American band, I believe. don't know as much about them as Psycroptic. I was mainly there for Psycroptic, but nevertheless, getting to see an American death metal act is not a bad thing. So I've sort of done my homework for the weeks leading up. You know, with a death metal gig, I really like to know the material. Because for me, listening to and particularly seeing that sort of stuff live, the really cool part about it is it's almost like watching Precision Drivers. You know, it's 4 or 5 guys doing something that requires such precision and just absolutely nailing it. When you see those groove shifts, when you have those blast beats and then the sudden stops and then the etc. That's just such an awesome thing to watch. I love it, and no doubt these guys absolutely nail that. It was very, very cool to see, and also to get, you know, international act in a small venue like the Basement. It's well, Canberrans know what I'm talking about, but for everybody else, it's quite a small venue, just a little bar, you know, stage setup. So it's cool to get up close to a band like that and really see what they're doing. Only issue was that the sound was pretty shit. Death metal is obviously highly layered, highly technical sort of music and moves bloody fast. So you really need a nice clean mix to hear what the hell's going on. And I don't know if it was just that their sound system was overpowered for such a small place. But once they started blasting and whatnot, it just turned into a muddy mess. Way too much bass. You couldn't tell what the heck was going on. So that sort of detracted, but at least I sort of had a fair familiarity with the songs, having drilled the last couple of albums pretty extensively in the weeks leading up. The melodic passages came out really, really well. And to watch that guy sing, like, holy shit, he's a bit of a freak. Really unique thing that he does in... We could call it clean singing. It's not really clean singing, and it's not exactly screaming, and it's not death metal. It's something in between. I don't know how to describe it. If you know Cattle Decapitation, you know what the hell I'm talking about. If you don't, check it out. It's interesting if it's nothing else. They have a really unique approach, I guess, in a lot of the lyrics and things like that too. I think I don't know if the whole band are vegan, but the approach to the lyrics is sort of largely around veganism, treatment of animals, misanthropy, things like that. So yeah, the fact that humans sort of have destroyed the planet and we don't treat any other living animal or living species, be they animals, plants, whatever, with a great deal of respect. So, you know, and then put that in a death metal context, horror, gore, you know, the usual thing, by basically taking a lot of the things that we subject them to and flip it around to doing that to humans, and all of a sudden you've got a pretty cool concept for some pretty brutal death metal lyrics. So that's the approach. I think it works pretty well. The albums I've been listening to are pretty killer. They take some time to grow on you, but they're worthwhile. The guitar player in that band's insane. They had a touring guitar player as well, doing backup, but the main guy, Josh Elmore, I think is his name, has a really unique approach to the way he plays in those sort of more melodic passages. They're still brutal, no doubt, but uses some interesting sort of chord voicings and things like that. So that was really cool to check out. So yeah, I would rate it. If you get the chance, check those bands out. Well worth it. Cheers guys, see you on the next video.